Hello everybody and welcome back to the Forest job. It's Champions League time, it's the quarterfinals, it's against Real Madrid and it's coming up right now. Absolutely no wasted time getting into this one. Let's have a look at the team for today. Well, everyone's a little bit on the tired side. Unfortunately, that FA Cup game last time out took more out of them than I thought. Plus the fact that there was an international between the games. So a lot of my players, it's the curse of having really good players in all positions, is that a lot of them are going to come back from Champions League, to Champions League action from internationals a little bit tired. What we can do though is we can make a couple of changes. We can throw Victor Mallejo on and we can play him on the left with Floschek coming back out to the right hand side. Camavinga's looking a bit tired, so perhaps Tonali can come in and do a job for him in that area. And other than that, I don't think we necessarily need to worry too much about things. We do have options for right back and left back on the bench. The goalkeeper shouldn't tire himself out too much, so I'm happy to have him play Hernandez. I'm going to play Nketiah ahead of him because he's fully stamina up, and we seem to play really well with Nketiah up front at the moment. Despite Hernandez's fantastic goal against Atletico Madrid, I think he's going to have to limit himself to a substitute's appearance. Molino can come on the bench for Wilson. We do have Sailmakers who can come on the right hand side and the left hand side actually of midfield if we need to. We have a lot of flexibility across the middle of the park, as you know, and that's going to do it. That's the team for today. Actually, let's have a quick look at the game plan for Madrid. They're playing a 4-3-3. Right then, so we could end up being a little bit outnumbered in midfield. Could necessitate moving to a 4-5-1 at some point, but we will start with the 4-4-2. It served us well since we adopted it, and well, it's really led us to becoming, it's nearly time that I can say it, two-time Premier League champions, back-to-back Premier League division winners. We are 11 points clear at the top of the Premier League, as you know, so I don't think there's many games left, and that could mean that our opponents will run out of time to be able to catch us as we skip the cutscenes. Going to get straight into the action. So it's the home leg for us, first time off this time round, and that will benefit us because, of course, if we can keep it to a 0-0, or even if we can just win by a single goal or so, as long as we keep that clean sheet, then we could find ourselves in a really good position as Eddie Nketiah slides in trying to win the ball. And he could get himself an early booking here. And he does. It's a yellow card. He's going to have to keep an eye out for himself now. I don't know why Victor Mallejo is arguing. It's a foul. I think it's a forward's challenge. I think a yellow card could be a little bit harsh, and maybe that's what he's taken umbrage to. But it is a foul, and there's no arguing with that. As the ball's played forward, and Tonali looks to win the header, but he's not got the same physical presence as Camavinga, and that does lead him to losing aerial duels occasionally. The ball is cleared to Wijnaldum, does what he does best and collects it in midfield. And now Busquets tries to win the header, can't quite manage it. And we were talking about how the last match meant so much to Busquets. Imagine how much more it means to him playing against Real Madrid, who are, of course, Barcelona's sometime title rivals. It's a rivalry that is more akin to Manchester United and Arsenal, where it wasn't based on geographic location so much as the fact that they were the two teams that were always challenging for top honours, or at least they were challenging for top honours for some time. Can't say that of Arsenal now, and unfortunately I can say it of Manchester United. Asensio on the right hand side into Paul Pogba. This is a very strong Real Madrid side. Asensio again, will he find a cross? He puts one in, so he doesn't manage to win the header, but Gabriel Jesus isn't able to get enough on it, and so we end up winning back possession by the goalkeeper, and we bring it forward with Ait Nouri. Victor Mallejo, actually, it's decided that Tonali's going to pick that up instead. Oh, Nketiah, he's offside. He's offside. For a second there, I thought that Arcas had just dinked it into his man, but it wouldn't have counted, even if he had have got a decent control on the ball. And Thibaut Courtois, Thibaut, there we go, takes the goal kick, and we win the ball back very quickly indeed. Hlošek to Arcas is through here. Oh, it's a goal! A goal for Nottingham Forest in the 18th minute. It's that man, Quique Arcas, again. A lovely passing move by Nottingham Forest. Hlošek on the right-hand side into Nketiah, played it into Arcas, who managed to move it out of his feet to the left-hand side, taking the defender out of the situation along the way. And then all he had to do was slot it past the goalkeeper, which he did with some aplomb. It's 1-0 to Nottingham Forest, and that's not a bad way to start your night. Varane to Militao. Out to Mendy on the left-hand side, who plays it back to Militao. Nketiah and Arcas are doing their best as a front two to keep the defence honest and put pressure on them whenever they have it in their possession. Here's Paul Pogba now, long ball forward, which Aït-Nouri does a really good job of winning the header on. And now Worrell has it. And we'll just look for the out ball. Tonali playing quite deep, but that's not really a problem. It's kind of his game, to be fair. One of those quarterback-style midfielders that likes to take it deep and then dictate play from there. Here's Oriol Busquets. Back to Tonali again. They're creeping forward, the midfield duo. And that's gone out of play off of a Real Madrid shin. It'll be a corner kick for Nottingham Forest. And I want an in-swinger to take this. So we'll get Tonali, who we've already discussed is not exactly the best where it comes to aerial duels. And we'll see if we can get it on the head of Eddie Nketiah to replicate the goal that we scored against United. We can't, of course, but it was worth a try as Mallejo gives it to Busquets. Out to Zayfak. Into the middle for Arcas. He can't get past Varane. And Madrid managed to hook it clear. It goes as far as Joe Worrell, who I don't think in his wildest dreams ever thought that he would be playing against Real Madrid in the Champions League. But here he is. Oriol Busquets, Victor Mallejo. Mallejo again to Aït-Nouri. Cross into the box, but the defender deals with it. Busquets, Mallejo, back to Busquets. Can't get to the shots. Carvajal will collect the loose ball. Forest fans thought that there might have been a foul there on their midfield player, but the referee does not agree. Mallejo jumps to try and compete for the ball, but all it does is distract the player who does get his head on the ball, and it actually wins possession for the English side, so no complaints from this commentator. Zayfak now on the right-hand side, lots of room in front of him. Oh, Hlošek's turned his man beautifully there. Can he find a cross? Into the middle for Mallejo. Oh, it's on target. The goalkeeper, Thibaut Courtois, making a wonderful diving save down low to his left. That was brilliant play from Hlošek on the left-hand side of the Madrid defence. He really pulled Mendy about there and very nearly got some reward for it. Now Aït-Nouri on the left-hand side will try an in-swinging cross, which Varane deals with fairly well. Mallejo wins the ball against Wijnaldum. Here's Zayfak. He's taken the man and the ball there, and the referee says it's fair enough. I don't quite agree, but I have a differing opinion on what foul play is, and apparently I'm in the wrong. So Militao now out wide to the right-hand side of the defence. Carvajal's made a great run here, but Aït-Nouri will not be beaten down this left flank today. He plays it into Eddie Nketiah. Nketiah wins it off of the defender. Well, it's a really poor effort from Eddie Nketiah. He was trying to bend it round the goalkeeper, but either he got a poor touch on it or the defender managed to take all the pace out of the shot, because it didn't trouble the goalkeeper at all. And at the half-time break, it's 1-0 to the home team. It could have been 2. No need to make changes for this second half. Very happy with the performance of the team against what is probably one of the best teams in Europe at the time of this game. Just only have to look at the squad to see the quality of players that they have. Gabriel Jesus, Asensio, Paul Pogba, of course. Nketiah now, he's just buffeted off the ball by Paul Pogba. It's Tonali. Plays it just inside to Malejo. Now Hlošek. Malejo making a run on the inside. Hlošek's coming forward with it. It takes a shot. Well, he was entitled to have a go. It was a poor shot, though, to be fair. He could have done a lot better. And now he's working his cotton socks off to get back and help out defend. Fair play to him. He doesn't shirk his responsibilities at either end of the pitch. Carvajal. Well, I think that's a good, honest 50-50 shoulder-to-shoulder challenge there. I don't see a foul there at all. I see Carvajal kicking the shins of my player, but Paul Pogba will potentially take this free kick, and we're going to have to watch out for the shot. The goalkeeper deals well with it. Oh, Victor Malejo. That's poor. That's very poor. And Worrell deals really well with the repercussions of that poor pass. And now we could be away here. Hlošek into Arcas, to Nketiah. Back to Hlošek again. Arcas making the run. Militao gets rid of the danger. And Gabriel Jesus does really well to pick it up on the wide left. Now, Asensio. Jovic. To Gabriel Jesus, but I think he's offside. The referee indicating a free kick to Nottingham Forest. Well, he's not offside, is he? He was behind the line. Unless his head was forward. He was leaning forward to run, but you're not going to score from a header from that kind of distance. I think that's a little bit harsh on him. It's not often you'll hear me say that, but I think that the opposition have been poorly treated with there. Or poorly dealt with. I'm mixing my my words together. Right, okay, Mendy, I need to concentrate here. Well, I concentrated more than he did on his passing, and as a result, we get the ball back. Speaking of poor passing, we just about get away with that one. What the hell? I don't know what that was. Tonali with a very interesting pass, which, I say interesting, absolutely terrible is another phrase I would use for it. Here's Victor Malejo. He lets it run through his legs and plays it back to Aït-Nouri. Now here's Tonali. Just lifts it into the path of Busquets. Arcas to Hlošek. Hlošek with a ball back to Arcas. It's a good ball. Here's Hlošek again. Oh, if he hadn't gone for the pass to Malejo. Aït-Nouri will pick the ball up though. Malejo making another run. Can't get to it, and Asensio may keep this in. He does. That is a really good bit of play by Asensio. How he's managed to keep that in, I do not know. And eventually it goes out of play for a throw-in to Real Madrid, about halfway inside the Nottingham Forest half. Pogba, Wijnaldum. Oh, Malejo wanted to slide it. Oh, he's won the ball back. That's really good from Malejo. He's not defensively particularly great, So the fact that he's won that ball back is superb, and he's got the ball here on the left-hand side. He'll try whipping it. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, he didn't have the pace to escape the attentions of the right back, and you can see what the result of that was. Ball played out to Mendy. He's got plenty of time. We should actually look at making a change here. Should have done that during the last break in play. Hlošek is starting to slow down, so we'll throw on Sailmakers. He's not going to win you many matches, but he's a very solid option on the right-hand side, very similar to Wilson. And Nketiah has done well for us today, but I feel like Pellegrini might have something to offer. Do we throw someone on at right back, or do we just... Okay, I'm going to do something a bit weird here. Bear with me. We're going to throw Sailmakers in at right back. So Fuchs coming off for Molino. And Arcas can play out on the right-hand side instead. So defensively, we're not as strong on the right-hand side, but we're fresher. And sometimes I think that just having an able body who can run hard for a few minutes is actually slightly more important than having someone that can tackle very, very well. We'll see if it works out for us. Well, that's a foul on Tonali, but they've gotten away with it. Tonali wins the ball back. That's really good. Tonali into Victor Malejo. It's a little bit forward of where he wanted it to be. Mendy. Oriol Busquets hustling to get across, and he does. You love to see that kind of hustle from your players. Now Hlošek. Nketiah. Oh, the pass is poor. Maybe he should have played it into feet. That's a real shame, because that could have been 2-0. And it could be 1-1 here. Mendy to Worrell. Goalkeeper does really well to catch that ball off of the chest of the England centre-back. I say England centre-back, he's an English centre-back, not an England one. Aït-Nouri making a run down the side here. Oh, bad pass. Bad touch. But a good result. You can see from the reaction of some of the Real Madrid players, they cannot believe that they've lost this quarter-final first leg. They failed to register the away goal, and now they know that they must win by at least 2-0 in the return leg to go through automatically. A really, really good, professional and strong performance by Real Madrid. Sorry, not Real Madrid, by Nottingham Forest today. They didn't create many chances, but they took one of them. And that's what really matters in today's game. Man of the match goes to Quique Arcas. He's making a habit of this. He really does stitch together attack and midfield very, very well indeed. I'm not going to mention the rating they've given Zifuk, because I think he was better than that. And so here are the other scores from the first leg of the quarter-finals around Europe. Inter Milan taking a 3-0 lead against Midtjylland. Benfica losing 3-0 at home to Villarreal. That's got to go down as a really poor result for them. Liverpool being held 2-2 by Paris Saint-Germain at Anfield. That could put a massive dent in their hopes of reaching the semi-finals. 2 away goals scored against them there. And Nottingham Forest, as we've just watched, beating Real Madrid, who have to be considered one of the favourites for the tournament, by 1-0. Well, what an absolutely superb performance that was by the lads in red. We'll come back on Monday for the second leg of the Champions League, and then we'll have a look at the schedule and see if we can at some point fit in a Premier League game. We may just fit in either Wolves or Leicester between the quarters and potentially the semi-finals. Of course, again, I'm counting chickens that haven't even been laid yet. But you know, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy at the moment. So let's keep this train rolling. Come back on Monday when we'll be playing Real Madrid in the second leg of the quarterfinals. Hopefully, we can get a result that will put us through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. Till next time, thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely weekend. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.